Alright, well, hello everyone. It has been such a long time since I've uploaded on this channel in general. It's been about, what, like at least 4 months, I would say. I did upload, like, obviously a little video at the start of it, but it was literally like a 2-minute video, literally just me kicking. That was literally it, yeah. But yeah, so you probably are wondering why it has been such a long time since I've uploaded, or what is going on with this channel in general. But long story short, here from now, I am basically back, and now I'll explain what the whole point of this channel is now. So the reason I decided to upload basically start of March and not January, that's because I decided to do a 90-day transformation. So literally started from 1st of January all the way to basically the 1st of April. I had like a whole like little workout plan, and I'm basically going to be talking you guys through from all that 3-month period. So I started with this photo, and this is the photo that I ended with. This is my basically my progress, and some people will have some like a few like reviews on it, like opinions, but I'm very happy with where I ended. So this is basically the little road that this channel is now going to take. So usually I do some like wacky, like crazy videos, and I'll do like 24-hour challenges or something like that. Like some of that may still happen, but mainly this whole point of this channel now is basically like set on business. Yeah, so I wanted to create this channel more business wise, and to to inspire more people in like their capabilities and what they can do. Like I still do my wacky crazy stuff, but all that is now going to take place on like the second channel, which I have been very consistently uploading on. So if you want to see any of that, then make sure you do go check out that channel. So my goal for that 3-month transformation is I wasn't a fan of getting a big bulky body. As you can see right now, I'm not even big and bulky. I didn't want to gain like massive like muscle. All I wanted was like a nice like solid tone structure. Basically I wanted to have a little bit of muscular but not too much, and then also tone it up and get some structure out of it. So yeah, basically my goal was from like probably say skinny to a toning structure. If that's what you want to call it, you will go with that. Yeah, I'm trying to break it down in the most simple terms I can possibly explain to you guys. And the type of training system I have been using, which is like very unusual because I've not seen it much happen to others, but I wanted to do it because it's something that I personally do enjoy. And that was calisthenics, if I believe that's the word. I think so, yeah. So what that basically is exercises evolving around movements, such as, you know, like gymnastics, for instance, when they do all their high jumps or free running or like pull-up bars. That kind of thing is my training system, because essentially I was really wanting to challenge myself to the limit. I really wanted to push myself in my own body capabilities. So when I do my workouts, I'll add stuff like pull-up bars, or I'll do like every now and then I'll do like dragon exercises, I'll do a handstand, or anything that will lift my body off the ground, and then like stuff that I never thought I could possibly do myself, but I found out that I can eventually do it. Or if I can't, then I'll just build up to it. That's what I'll do. So with that said, I'm going to go through you guys my training routine program from how I got to this to now how I got to this. And along the way I have like done a few little extra new things, but that I have not actually filmed, because I've only just introduced it like probably like a week ago or something like that. Literally as I go on to this like little like I make a simple like workout plan that I think personally works best for me, and then I'll change a few things every now and then that I could do that is more better or even more challenging for me. But the maximum of me training is 4 days a week. That is my maximum. Minimum probably 3, but maximum is 4. So moving on to day 1. So no matter what I do, every like workout that I do, every day I always put core in there. I always do core no matter what I'm doing. So on the first day, I would do a chest and arm workout. And my repetition wise, like, it's kind of different. And a lot of people have been asking me these kind of questions on like what is the best way for repetition wise, or how many I should do, how many I should like do least, and like what is like set scenario. So the way I do it is like the best way is what I call like a push and pull system. So firstly, obviously I would choose my weight which I feel like more comfortable with, like to get myself started basically. So if I wanted to like go to like, let's say a 14 kg or something like that. So if I'm comfortable with that, and then like I would like start off like going up to 12, and yeah, if I can do 12, then I'll straight away just like go up to the next weight for the next set. And if the next set is heavier and I can't go 12, then I'll start lower. I'll go 10. But if I can't do 10, then I would go 8. So the 8 is the like minimum you want to go for repetitions, and then a 12 is the highest you want to go for a repetition. And if you can do more than 12, then you want to take up the weight and then like go repetition up to like 8 first or something, and then build it up to 10, and then 12, and then so on and so on. Show it in simple terms when we explain it. It's basically a way to always push to the next level every time. So you choose your weight, start off with 8, do it on 10, and then 12. You could do more than 12, then go on to the next weight, and then 8, 10, 12, and then so on, then so on. If that makes sense, I hope it does. But that is my repetition of how I do things. Not for every exercise. For example, I don't do that on cores. I always, like, when I'm doing cores, I always end up doing like 100 reps, and I'll do 25 sets each, so basically 4 sets. But when it comes to like other stuff, my training exercises, so like with chest, backs, arms, whatever, I always do it in that scenario of repetitions. So I do have a few videos, like, not as in like full videos. It's literally just me just explaining little videos of like how I did stuff. So in this first video, this is, by the way, my favorite, all-time favorite chest exercise. So this one is called a pec fly, cable pec fly, whatever you want to call it. So it's literally just, you know, keeping your arms like wide out and then pushing it all in. Keeping your arms like slightly bent, but not like too far in. Just like just enough out wide. Keeping that chest up and wide out, and literally just like pulling it very slowly. It's better to do this exercise slow. It is best to do it that way, and it is this exercise that I feel the most pain, but it's a good kind of pain. I don't know if that made any sense, but this I essentially always, no matter what, I always feel it the most, and then it feels really good to get that going. Like, it is pain, but it's a good feeling kind of pain. But yeah, that is my favorite all-time exercise. So that's my first one. So cable pec fly or any other kind of pec fly. On to the next one, which is called a lion chest press. So I use dumbbells for this. So I'm going myself, like, keeping it 90 degrees. That's where you don't want to go any lower than that. You want to keep it like 90 degrees and back up. So yeah, obviously all the exercises, I go repetitions of like 8 and then 12, and then I keep up the weight. So the highest I've gone at the moment is, I believe, is 22. So a month ago I did reach my target of 20, which was good. And now I've recently gone on to 22. But repetitions, I've done like only 8 and 10. I don't think I've done 12 yet. Actually, no, I don't think I've done 10 yet, no. I think I've only done 8, yeah, and it's been like quite difficult to reach that next level. But we're still pushing, we're still trying, we'll get there. Like, I mean, like, when I started this, I literally started on, like, I don't know, I think it was like 14 or something. I think it was that, yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't like a fan of these like lion chest ones. I've always like been on like machines basically, but I realised just doing it on the benches or using yourself is the best way to do stuff around. So I've not been kind of like a big fan of using machines now. I've been just using my own body, which is essentially what calisthenics, or I think I said it right, that is essentially how you do it. That's literally the best way, because the way I see it, as I said in previous videos, like, the gym is not actually the best way of doing workouts. It's generally just going against yourself. It's the best time to do it, best way of doing it. And then we have me on the cables once again. So this time I am doing a cable bicep curl. At first, this one I didn't like feel as much, or didn't feel like I could like push myself, but then I feel that way when it's weird how a slight move makes a humongous difference. So when I first started, like, I was literally having my legs straight while I was doing it, but then I realised that a good way of doing it is having your legs like slightly bent and then like doing it, because like you're using literally purely just your arms and you're not having that slight bend to like try and pull. Because that's what I realised I've been doing a few times when I started doing it. So after that, then I started doing like slight bends, and then already it started getting a lot better, and I started to feel it a lot more. There was such a difference. I know I probably should know this stuff, but when you're doing PT, you always learn something new, and you gain some new knowledge, and essentially all new knowledge is self-knowledge. No PT like knows everything. It just can't be done. You always learn something new, and you bounce off each other. All your PTs, we all bounce off each other. This is why we always like watch each other's videos, and we get inspired, or we even make up our own new exercises. There's nothing original. We always have something new or learn something new. So yeah, I have now been, since I've been like doing this, I've been doing the cable bars more often, or I do something different every now and then. Like, I would do a single arm like row, or I'll do hammer curl or something like that. I always do that. So yeah, that is a few examples from my chest workout. I didn't like film everything, but I'll keep you guys in the list of what I've done. So obviously, yeah, this is this list so far. So these are basically like the main sort of stuff I would go to, and then I'll add little like small ones here and there, just, you know, just a little bit of an extra push. I always add something new, just do a little bit of extra push on me. But if it was going for like the main ones, these ones what I would pick. Moving on to the next day, which is leg day. I never ever skip leg day. You don't want to do it. Never ever skip leg day. I actually done leg day yesterday, and oh my god, mate, still feeling it. Like I'm literally walking around the house like an old man. Like I feel it. Fortunately, I don't have any footages on me doing any legs workouts because the way that the machines were, and I could not position it without like getting people involved or like it camera getting knocked over, that kind of thing. So yeah, it was just impossible, virtually impossible to film, which is very annoying. But hey ho, roll with it. But what I always do a hamstring curl. I do a leg press and leg extension. Those are my ones I will go to the most. I would also do calf press. Calf press is a really, really good one for your calves. It's really good. And honest to God, every time I do it, I always feel it. And I always do, that one I do repetition-wise differently. I always do repetitions of 20 reps. And I do it in 3 sets. So I always do that. Doing it at 12, I don't feel anything. But when I do 20, I then feel it. It takes a while to actually build up. And essentially, that's the way you want to keep pushing. That's the way of doing it. Like, if you're not feeling it at 12, but you can't actually change the weight, just do more reps. That's literally it. That's all you got to do. So the maximum I would go for is like 20 or 25. That's my maximum you want to go for. In my opinion, anyway. Like, not everything I say is not going to be great to you. So don't actually, like, do what everything word to word I say. You know, you got to find your own way, obviously. I've also recently been going on to a thing called Peloton bikes, and oh my god, they are very, very, very good. So I usually do like 30 minutes, and I'll do like, I don't know, let's say like a power interval exercise kind of thing. So obviously they have like people on the screens, you want to follow their lead, but essentially you want to try and beat them, you want to try and get ahead of them, that kind of thing. And when I do it, I burn always like, let's say over like 200 like watts or whatever you want to call it, and burning like 230 calories, something like that. So I do that for 30 minutes, and oh my god, actually Peloton bikes is the most I always sweat buckets like, on the floor, like breathless. That is literally, Peloton bikes has done that for me. That is literally the one machine that always gets me on the floor breathless. That is it. Moving on to the next day, and I'll be honest, I hate this day. I really hate it. So this one is where I do back and shoulders, and you probably can tell right now they're not looking too great. They're not exactly in the best shape. I absolutely hate shoulders for a passion. I don't mind back too much. I know I've got to do it because it is the biggest like muscle of your body, so I have to do it. Shoulders, like, not so much, but I absolutely hate them, but I know they are good for you, so I have to do it. Because essentially, like, shoulders connected to the arms. I do arm workouts. It doesn't make sense to do arm workouts, but don't do shoulder workouts. It does not make any sense. And if any of the boxers out there, they want to do boxing, like, all that arm strength, yeah, it also comes from the shoulders when you're doing your punches or whatever. So I do have a few exercises of me actually doing the shoulder exercises. So for example, in this video here, me doing the shoulder press. Now, I will be honest, I put this at the lightest weight just because that's how much I clearly hate it. So I believe it's like 14 kg, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like my little structure here going on. I just realised it after watching this video. I don't like the positioning, because what I'm doing in this video here, I'm literally just going like all the way down, when essentially I only want to go like 90 degrees and then back up. So about like here's where you want to stay, but I'm going down here in the video, which I've realised till afterwards, so I don't like it. I'm not happy with it. So when I look back onto this one, this is something I can now essentially work on. I could work on my like positioning, and then see I could get better at it, and then work my way up to the next weight level. But I'm not going to go next weight until my form is right, because if my form is incorrect, then me doing the next weight is a waste of time, because essentially I'm not doing anything if I'm doing it wrong, and it can lead to injury, which is another key thing you need to know. If your form is wrong, then there's no point doing it in the first place, and you're literally just wasting your time. So do make sure your form is correct before like attempting the next weight or something like that. On to the next machine, which is basically, this is actually another favourite back exercise, and it's basically obviously pec fly, but it's just reverse. So obviously, you know, the pec fly is definitely my favourite exercise of all time, no matter what. So this one is literally just going the other way. It's literally just going the other direction. And again, I always put this one on the lightest weight, because my back is not exactly strong, and sometimes when I do this, at first I didn't actually feel it, because I realised I think I was doing my positioning wrong, because at start I was actually pulling from my arms rather than my back. You got to literally like use like the back blade, like deltoids of that part of your body, and then use that to pull back. But when I was doing my arms, which was obviously completely wrong, but now obviously I realised it, I felt different. So I was literally there thinking like, right, why am I not feeling this? And then I tried, right, let's really go for my back, and then from that point I started feeling it all the time. So that's when I realised I was actually doing it wrong, but now I'm doing it right, because I can tell. And every now and then, because there is other PTs where I go, so I will get a little bit of advice, because like PT or not, like we're all gonna give each other advice. Yeah, like the other day, like another PT is asking me about calorie deficit, and then that is literally the most like important thing of knowing if you want to like lose weight. Like you got to make sure you know your calorie deficit before like you like start a journey into it. And that's from another PT, so it just shows we all bounce off each other. This is another favourite exercise I like to do onto the back. It's the lat pull down. This one is quite difficult to do and people will do wrong quite often, but again, this is another favorite exercise. And again, like I said earlier, all these repetitions I do with 8 or up to 12 and then the next weight. So again, these are my 3 main exercises. So I do a shoulder press, I do lat pull down, and I do a reverse pec fly. So those, again, I'm going to show you obviously the 3 main exercises of what I do. And again, I would do like little ones, so I could do like a renegade row or something, or I just get like a pair of dumbbells and I could do like shoulder races or something like that. Those kind of little things. I always add little things, even if it's not in my program. I always try to go the extra mile just to feel a little bit more than I'm meant to. And then on the last day, because essentially I've already worked everything, I would go for like a little like cardio blast basically. So I'll smash out the like treadmills, bikes, peloton bikes even, actually. Yeah, that's really good. Or I could do battle ropes. So I'll do basically like essentially like a little circuit and get myself like pumping. Or if I miss anything out that I didn't do last day, I'll do it. Like example, like I haven't mentioned like doing any like triceps, then I'll just do that. Sometimes I actually do triceps on like the back and like shoulder day. So just because I don't do much of back and shoulder, so I add a little bit extra by doing a tricep. Or I'll add it onto the arm day, because it only makes sense, doesn't it? So if I like miss a few exercises, then I'll go back and make sure I do it, so I'll have done it and I'll feel it. But yeah, essentially these are my main exercises when I am going to the gym. I will explain like a few little ones, but what I'm going to do with that, which I'll explain a little bit later on, is I will do little videos on them. But first, moving on to the cores, and honestly God, I love cores. Cores are my favourite go-to ever. So there's 3 core exercises that I would go to, and that is just an all sit-up, but I would add some weight to it. So I'll have like a medicine ball. I would do frog legs, and I would do dragons. So the two of exercises are inspired by my favourite iconic martial artist, and that is Bruce Lee himself. Essentially, my favourite exercise is the frog legs. I always do frog legs, and the way of like taking it up to the next level, and again, this is another example of calisthenics, is I always add weight to hold by my legs and literally pull myself up with it. So it is not an easy exercise to do. This is an example of training in calisthenics when you get gymnastics, like doing pull-ups and everything. And I sometimes do pull-ups when I am doing, like say, my arm or chest workout, because it does work that way. So again, I'm adding new exercises all the time, and it's basically pushing myself to the maximum limit I can actually handle. So for example, in this video, I'm doing the frog legs, and you can actually see there's a weight there that I'm like pulling up at the bottom, as you can see. So I started off this exercise literally just nothing, and I was like going by 8. This was actually a struggle first, because I didn't even actually reach 8, to be honest. I started off by going up 5 first, because it was that difficult exercise that I couldn't do, but I was so eager to do it, so I did it all the time. I was like doing 5, eventually I pushed on to 8, and then I was doing 10, and now I'm on 12. And now I've got to the point where I can actually start adding weight, starting for 2, and then 4 weight, and then so on and so on. I'm literally pushing myself to the limit. The highest I've gone with this is, I believe, is 12 reps, and I do weight with 6. I do weight with 6 on it. But frog legs, 100%, is my favourite exercise. And again, it's one of the exercises where you feel the pain, but it's a good kind of pain. On to the next one. So again, I've said it's my favourite exercise. So it's my go-to exercise. So a medicine ball, and then I'll do my sit-ups. So all my strength like comes from like me putting myself up with the ball in front of me. So essentially, I'm getting a bit of extra in. And this one repetition is different because 12 3 sets. It's nothing to me. It's too easy for me now. With core, you have to do core every day if you want a good core structure there. You have to do it every day. And I have like missed probably like a day or two, but I always make sure I do it. Gym or no gym, I'm always making sure I do at least 100 sit-ups a day. So essentially the frog legs and all that stuff is just like the extra to add on to those sit-ups. So with the medicine ball, I do 25 reps and I'll do 4 sets. So it all adds up to 100. And then the last one, this is actually like an old video, if you can tell. Like this was actually in like the first month I was actually started doing it. But this is me doing dragons, and you can see, again, this is an example of calisthenics. This is one of those exercises. But this exercise also can be dangerous, so I highly recommend, like, if you want to do that exercise, make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. Like, I had to I literally read this exercise in a book, and, like, search on like ways to like right structure or the right way of actually doing it. Because when I first like tried to do it without reading, I was like, oh my god, this actually hurts my back, and I nearly had a back injury from doing this. So please make sure you know what you're doing first before you actually do it. Yeah, this exercise actually took me a while to like, learn, because I thought, oh, maybe I'll fit it on like 10 rep or something like that. And yeah, in the end I did, but then I realised I wasn't actually doing it right. And then when I found out I was doing it right in the end, I felt it on the very first rep, and oh my god, it hurt. Like, I could literally only go up to a minimum of 8. I could not do any more. I really couldn't. Like this, I started off doing like 3 sets, but I was only doing 8 reps. I didn't even go on to 10 or anything. To this day, like, it's a still struggle to go on to 12 for me. It's still a very, really good struggle. But honestly god, it's a very, very good, powerful exercise. It is very, very good. So again, yeah, these are my 3 go-to main exercises, and I will add a little bit of extra. So I've recently been doing some shorts, which is a good killer for like the lower part of the ab core, but I don't do it normally. I just do like 1 set, so I will have like one hand crossing over to one side of my body, so I'll do that 10, and then crossing over the other side 10, and then I'll do it all together 10. And honestly god, like every single like rep hurts. It hurts. So yeah, that is basically my entire routine. I realised I didn't explain how warm up and like cool down. So basically every warm up I always do treadmill for 10 minutes, and essentially I'm always burning like 100 or more calories. I have done a little reel before on me how I do that on treadmill, so it's right there how I burn 100 calories. If you want to see that, go check out my Instagram. Cool down, I'm not really I will be honest, I don't really do cool downs. Like sometimes I just skip them or something. I know it's probably bad in me, but I do a lot of walking anyway, so you know, I just don't really do cooldowns. I will be honest with that. Yeah, I know I should, but I just don't do it. Yeah, I do stretches though, because I do know I need to do that if I want to be good at this kind of stuff with calisthenics and stuff. I need to do more stretches. I have to, especially when I do stuff like learning how to do a handstand or something like that. Now when I do though, it feels like my life is literally flashing before my eyes. So this is how I got from this to now this, and next time I will do this again, and I'll show you my 6-month transformation, and hopefully we'll see a massive difference from where I am now to where I'll be then. So yeah, I know what you're thinking, 6 months, so we're not going to see another video from another 6 months. Well, actually, no. So what I want to do with this channel now is I want to, obviously, yeah, do a bigger video like this, and then in between I'm building up to like the next big video, I want to do like, say like little shorts, so like, it could be like example of 3 exercises. So I could do 3 exercises to burn fat, or 3 exercises to a good core structure, that kind of thing. I want to do more of that. And it may be like at the end of the month or something, or middle month, I'll do like one big video. Like it could be another like 24-hour challenge, or it'll just be like a 10-minute video of like, you know, like when I did those 10 type exercises with like press ups or sit ups, something like that. It could be one of those kind of things. But yeah, it's just going to be like little videos, so I'm giving you guys something basically. I'm providing you with something, so it'll be in one massive video, then little things, and then to build up to the next big video. That's essentially how I want to do it. Like, I'm not too bothered about all these 30-minute big kind of videos. I'm not too bothered about that, because I've got the second channel for that now. That's where it's going to go. And essentially this channel is now basically for like business. I want to inspire a lot more people. Like it could even be like, you know, get my own like, you know, gym merch or something like that. I just want to inspire, show you what I can do, how I can help you guys. If you have questions, just let me know. That's what I essentially want to do with this channel now. So you probably have seen in the past, I am now doing my nutrition course. Just because I'm still studying it, I like don't have the full knowledge on it, but I do know my basics. So like such as like food diary and stuff, like what I should eat, what I should not eat. Essentially everyone's like calorie deficit is different, and you know, I can't exactly help you guys with that until like I've actually seen what you're going through. For example, if I say like food with like has like nuts in it, like there could be someone out there watching this video who is actually allergic to nuts, so I can't exactly explain what is good for you and what is not, which is why I'm not going to go full details into that. But I will explain what I eat though. So I have like two like main go-to kind of meals. So I would have a lemon and tangerine chicken fillet with rice and some like little like mushy peas sauce kind of thing. I don't know what it's actually called. Yeah, so that is a nice perfect like healthy structure full of protein, carbs, all that kind of thing. Nice and healthy meal, and I don't feel, well, obviously I get full, but I don't feel like bloated kind of full. You know how you get full from when you eat up burgers and such. I don't feel that. I just feel like I've eaten the perfect amount, and that's essentially what you want to do with every like meal. You want to feel like you eat just the right amount. You don't want too much, you don't want too little, just the perfect amount. And in terms of like healthy meal wise, if I want to go really healthy, like I would have this thing. It is called a superfood salad. So I'll actually try and get this like full description of what it actually is. So yeah, I got a menu up. So it's called superfood salad, and it has mixed leaves, kale, tomato, cucumber, avocado, feta cheese, beetroot, edamame beans, brown rice, and honey mustard dressing. So that is what I have for a salad. If I'm going like the healthy route, that is what I have. Sounds like a lot, but honestly, it's not filling. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. No, it is filling, and you do get a lot of it. But oh my god, it's so good. It is such a lovely meal to have. Like it's literally like I'm basically having a half salad. That's literally what it tastes like. Like, and harvester like salads are 10 out of 10. Just absolutely. It's beautiful. So yeah, those are my two go-tos I would have. And then the other day, it's not saying I eat unhealthy, no, but I'll have other stuff. Like, for example, my favourite meal is spaghetti bolognese, that kind of thing. Or something else that is like, you know, just enough fat and enough like protein, that kind of thing. Just enough for me, basically. Like, I would not go any routes of like eating pizzas, like burgers. And it's actually really hard for me to not eat burgers, because I actually have quite a few of them, but I would have me mostly on like a cheat day or something, because I do love a good burger. I won't lie to you. But yeah, that is my workout plan of like what I train, how I train, and what I eat and when I eat. Yeah. So again, I cannot stress this as much. Just because I do all this and it works personally for me does not mean that it works personally for you. But I'm not saying don't try it. If you want to try it, then go ahead and absolutely try it. That is literally the whole idea, for me to inspire you guys to see what you can do and capabilities. But also, you want to make sure you find your own path. That essentially, you want to find out what works best for you in terms of exercise. For example, if like a pec fire doesn't work for you, don't feel it, then don't do it. There's no point. Then you'll find another alternative that actually works better for you guys. And again, that's the idea of me. I'm going to do more of these like little shorts of little exercises that you can try. Because, you know, some people like could be doing exercises that they can't do like standing up. So I'll have to do exercises where they can just do it by just sitting down. But yeah, long story short, I am now back on this channel. It feels good to be back. It has been a long time since I properly uploaded on this channel. This is the way it is going to be from now on. So I hope you guys do enjoy this little idea I'm going through. Hope I inspired a lot of you guys as well into if you wanted to do something like workouts and training and you didn't know where to start or how to start, then I hope I did help you through that. If you have any questions or want any advice, then make sure you do go in the comment section and just leave them. Just leave your suggestions. Just go for it. Yeah. But that is the end of my 90-day transformation, and I'm very happy with my progression so far. So here's to 6 months. We'll get there. We'll get even better. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure you give it a like and subscribe if you are new around to the channel around here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.